As noted, the main benefit of dictionaries is that they give us useful keys so we can jump straight to the value we want. However, there will still be lots of times we want to traverse every item in a dictionary. For example, in our inventory program, maybe we want to make sure that any time an item drops below 5, we order more of it. There are a number of different ways we could do this. First, if we don't care what key gives us those values, we could actually iterate over the values directly. So mydictionary.values basically returns a list of the values in the dictionary. It leaves behind the keys. So when we call mydictionary.values, we're dealing with the exact same kinds of lists that we've seen before. And at that point, we could just print whenever a value less than 5 was found. More commonly though, we will care about what the keys are. So instead, we could iterate over all the keys in the dictionary. Mydictionary.keys does the exact same thing that mydictionary.values does, except it returns a list of the keys instead of the values. Then, on the first line of each iteration of that for loop, we would grab the dictionary, put in that key, and get out the value. So now we have both the key and the value, and we can print things like a certain item has a value less than 5, and then print what the value is. We have access to both the key and the value. Notice though, that anytime we do this, the very first thing we'll have to do inside the body of the loop is grab the value corresponding to that key. We can make this even shorter though. We can skip that step pretty much. Instead of iterating over all the keys alone, we can iterate over each tuple corresponding to a key and a value. Mydictionary.items returns a list of tuples, where each tuple is a key in the first spot and a value in the second spot. This is a good example of how we use tuples when multiple values have qualitatively different meanings. A key is qualitatively different than a value. So for each iteration of this loop, the value for key will be the key from the dictionary, and the value for value will be the value from the dictionary. It's just as if we called value equals mydictionary sub key on the first line. It just is going ahead and grabbing us the value so we don't have to do it ourselves. A little bit easier. So taken all together, we could iterate over the keys in the dictionary, we could iterate over the values in the dictionary, or we could iterate over the keys and the values together.